welcome back, fans of poorly mashed up phrases together. We'll get to that in a second. This is John, the Cube Counselor, back again. We did take a week off last week to acknowledge the seriousness of the situation that's going on in our state and around the world. But we are back this week, and we don't want to downplay the situation that's going on, but we did want to get back to doing our part to contribute a little bit of positivity into the world. But we do encourage people not to be distracted, to get out and participate in a way that you feel safe, and to support those that are not feeling supported right now and haven't for a long time. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. So we want to acknowledge that as the start of our video and encourage people to protest, petition, do what you can to help this situation. And we thank those that already have, whether it's financially or with your time or in any way of bringing awareness to the situation that's going on and has been going on again for a long time. And we appreciate those who are making progress out there. With that being said, our show this week is going to focus again, going back to our second episode. We're going to have a little bit more of a theme this time around. And I was having a conversation on Twitter, and I've had a lot of good conversations around Cube, and it's a big part of why I've wanted to do this show for a little while, because I've had so many good interactions on there and so many thought-provoking exchanges with people about how I draft and how I play Magic and just so many different things. And one of the people that I really like to engage with is Derek Gallen. He does his own stream. He also has articles on Hipsters of the Coast. But yeah, he was somebody that I came across through other people in the Cube and Magic community retweeting him. And he posts a lot of pack one, pick ones. You know, he'll explain his. A lot of people engage his posts, and that kind of helped me reflect on how I draft and some of my biases. I think I spoke about that pretty much every episode. Part of this is getting better at cube drafting in general, playing Magic overall, acknowledging that a lot of what gets in the way of success as far as winning percentage is your own internal biases. Particularly, again, I'll focus on myself. And yeah, so a recent exchange with him talking about his kind of teasing him a little bit. Oh, and he's DGALLENMTG if you want to follow him. But part of what I was doing, kind of teasing him about picking lands first, but that gets me thinking about, well, why don't I value lands as much? I hear it a lot in the Cube community. Again, I've played Magic for 20 years now. Why haven't I gotten to that point where, I highly value lands? Just that little thought process, that planting the seed, kind of led me to, what I want to talk about today. And again, poorly mashing up a phrase from psychology, we'll call it Cubestematic desensitization. So systematic desensitization, exposure therapy. I could have went with cube exposure therapy or something like that. So let me know in the comments if you have a better mashup for this. But yeah, today's episode is going to focus a little bit on that. Don't know if we'll get there in the draft. We are going to do a draft live today. But this is what I'm attempting to focus on today. Picking cards that maybe I'm a little bit uncomfortable with, strategies that I'm a little bit uncomfortable with. Again, I think I've kind of touched on this, but as I've thought back on the episodes and again had some more exchanges, I should mention also Mr. Cultic Cube himself, John, has been great. I appreciate his feedback. I should have mentioned that at the top of the episode. But he's another one that gets me really thinking about pack one, pick ones, and just how I draft in general. So big shout out to him. I do appreciate his comments on the videos and exchanges on Twitter and things like that. Um, but yeah, I did want to try to, at least today, get a little out of my comfort zone. Um, so that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to jump into an actually a different environment too. So I thought this would be a good chance to highlight. Vintage Cube, I'm sorry, Legacy Cube is up on MTGO, and hopefully we'll get a video in. I did miss recording with Amaz's Pauper Cube, or Peasant Cube, sorry, on MTGO. I did draft it a couple times. I will say that I was not very comfortable. That would have also been a good time, but I didn't really feel like I got a good video in there. Wasn't really able to record my draft live, and wasn't didn't really feel like the gameplay was all that great. But maybe we'll splice some here at the end, if we don't get decent matches out of this. But that being said, I thought that was also something that got me thinking. I'm not comfortable in the Peasant Cube environment. I'm just, I'm still relatively new to Cube, and thinking in that philosophy and what's powerful and what's not, and that just really threw me for a loop. So that being said, I think I went 1-2 in two drafts, and I think that was actually great. Reflecting back on it, I was a little, again, for the sake of the show, we focus a lot on my feelings, and I'm trying not to make it a pity party or anything, but just being, in the interest of being honest, it was a little bit salty after both drafts because I felt frustrated. I felt like there were signals in the draft that told me to draft aggro, and in talking to another great Twitter and Twitch personality, um, no, I'm stumbling with his name, but was jumping into his chat and just trying to work out. Again, I saw these signals, I saw these one drops. They were weaker because obviously it's Peasant Cube. Peasant Cube, for those who aren't familiar, is commons and uncommons only, no rares and no mythic rares. I really, again, I felt like the signals were there and I had a good, but then there was tons of life gain cards, and just as tacked on, it felt like every card. But was able to have through an exchange with our wonderful host, who I have to mention every week, I have to name drop, Mr. Haj Gulashi himself. And we do encourage people to watch. We're also doing some streaming for Sea of Thieves gaming. I was on last week for that, a couple weeks ago. So I'll be jumping on Thursdays live on Twitch. So we do encourage people, check the comments. They also have other videos up by another good friend and the person who put together the intro for this show, Rich. He does some awesome content. Jim has a lot of videos on YouTube, but again, they're mostly focusing on Twitch. So I apologize, cutting off my own thought there, but did want to mention, yes, I'm not the only show on this channel. I'm hosted by, with some great friends who do some awesome content. So I did want to mention, jump in on their content as well. But yeah, JJ, I think it's his name, Cube Oddity, or Cube Outside the Box is his handle on Twitch. So I've watched a couple of his streams and kind of commiserated with him about the signals that I thought were there in the Pauper draft, and the Peasant draft. I keep saying it. But I still, again, in after taking a moment to kind of feel sorry for myself, reflect back, and understand that that's good for me. You're not going to go into every environment knowing Mox Mox Jet is the first pick and all those kind of things. Jace the Mind Sculptor is the first pick. Yeah, so I do think that that's good, and that's again another reason why I wanted to do this today. So we're going to jump into Arena. But Arena doesn't have Cube. Oh yes, it does. They recently started doing a sealed Cube, which was fun. And now it looks like they have Cube Draft, and they even give you one for free. So another good reason to do this today is I'm out of tickets on MTGO, so I'm gonna have to trade in some cards before I can do a Legacy Draft. So why not do a free one tonight? It's a Friday night when I'm recording this. Nothing high pressure. Let's just have some fun, get back into the flow of the show after taking a week off. And let's fire up this draft and see where we're at. While we wait for the draft to fire, I did want to kind of do an icebreaker at the beginning of each show. I think I started this last time. What maybe you want to comment in the comment sections. Maybe you just want to keep it to yourself. But let's say, what Magic set are you feeling like? What expansion from Magic's history are you feeling? And I'm feeling Kaladesh. I'm feeling hopeful, inventive, but creative, I should say, but also that there is some unrest in the world, and that we do need to acknowledge that. And we get to the Aether Revolt, we don't want to ignore it and just do this creative stuff. So I think that's kind of what I'm feeling in general. So you tell me if you're feeling gothic like Innistrad, or powerful like Ikora, or what are you feeling? So yeah, I thought that'd be a icebreaker. Should have mentioned that at the beginning. So we got a lot of different stuff here. Shark Typhoon would be a good start. This is Arena Cube is going to be all that's in Arena and Historic, so mostly standard cards. So I do recognize a lot of these cards, so that's good, but the clock is ticking, so I think Shark Typhoon would be a good first pick. There's also lands, which I mentioned. Blue is not my favorite color. I think I've mentioned that many times, so we'll probably end up in some sort of control deck. So in the interest of that, oh, I hope this wheels too. I really like that card. I think I've drafted recently on here, so it may not seem like I'm stepping insanely out of my comfort zone. Again, I've been playing Magic for a while, but honestly, that's not where my mind goes. I think I've mentioned several times. Green, black, green, black. That's where I usually sit at. But let's see where else we can go here. Whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana of any type, that permanent produced. Huh. Okay, I don't think that's a pretty heavy build around. Yeah. This might not be the last pick. This would be interesting to hear what other people say if you have experience with this. Again, I've gotten some good comments in the comments section, so I appreciate that. I'm going to take Essence Scatter. I'm going to stay in blue. This could also be good. A lot of fun stuff here. It's my first time in here, so don't want to stress too much about it, but try to do something different. So let's stick with blue. Blue is, again, not always my first pick. Mutiny. Target creature an opponent controls deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. Okay. Enchantress. Oh, okay. Legion. Nice. Yeah, so they add to the historic format here on Arena. They've added a lot. And I'm backing up the draft here. That's okay, but that'll probably wheel. Let's stay control. I don't know how good this is going to be, but I could go blue-white control. No, let's stick to blue. A lot of packs backing up here. Faya Wishes. Okay, Midnight Clock. That should be good. It's a cool altered altered frame. We could also go Spells Matter. So we have a lot of spells. Let's hope the Saheeli wheels and take the Midnight Clock. I had this in the Eldraine pre-release. That was a really fun card, so I do have some history with that. And that can factor into your picks. Again, I'm trying to limit my bias, but we're human. I was able. That was my first pre-release with my son, and so I'll always kind of remember drafting that card or having that card. I think we went 1-2, but we had a good time. So again, those biases come out, but they're not always a bad thing. All right. We're going to take Entrancing Melody. We're going to steal someone's cards. Oh, this is cool. This is mono black, something to... This has flexibility. Oh, boy. Don't think anybody else is in blue. But let's look around a little bit. Let's take our time here. We're rushing a little bit. Got to slow it down. And I did mention, before taking a week off, that's okay too. Um, I think that don't I, I would encourage people not to consider that, avoidance. If you're not, sometimes the best way you can engage with your hobby is by not engaging with it. Um, I do encourage people, if you're not, or if you can find ways like this where, you can do it for free and casually. Flashback, that seems pretty good. I do need some way to win this game, right? Oh, maybe I should be blue. Enchantment. Ooh, I could get my. Nah, we'll go with this. Disdainful stroke. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a lot of opportunities for that. What's more powerful? Probably this. I don't think I just want to be mono blue, but I might not have a choice. Yeah, let's just take the blue card. Here we're going to take the Watery Grave. Benthic Biomancer counters put a. Okay. Oh, Opt came back. That's probably good. We'll see if we get any good. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Turn creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh man, could have been blue. You may put a creature card from among them into your hand. Probably should take Blood for Bones. Oh well. Oh, Saheeli did come back. Okay, so we got something. I've never seen anything like this. I don't know if you guys can hear the sound effects, but my intention was to keep them quiet as they can be distracting in these videos. But again, let me know if people like to hear that kind of stuff. Happy to add it in. We will have to do these games live. Oh, I should mention too, this is best of one. Um, again, something might be a little bit out of people's comfort zone. Again, Arena is free, so you can jump on and sign up and see if you like it. Um, again, if you get a free draft for this, that's pretty sweet. So hopefully new players get that as well. But yeah, so best of one, uh, maybe not the best. Enters the battlefield, deals damage equal to its power. Oh, I'm gonna take that. So you have to keep that in mind. So I did know that, obviously, going in. Um, that, ooh, no good blue cards here. Well, this one's pretty good. Or Thibble Thip. Ooh, this is a tough one. What should we take here? Again, keeping in mind we're not really going to be sideboarding, so we don't really need to think about that. A Rankle? We only got a Watery Grave, but Rankle is pretty good. Not really going to be like a stacks strategy like you might be in powered or unpowered or cubes of that nature. We could go. We are a lot of spells, so this would be really good. But then we really need some red fixing. Yeah, we got time. Let's try that. I really like that card. I mean, there's a Triome. We got Blink of an Eye. Elite Guard Mage. Ulamog. Oh, geez. Ulamog always good and would seem powerful in this environment where there's not necessarily a ton of powerful cards like that, right? We're not going to see Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn, or Gristlebrand. At least I don't think they're historic. That would be a surprise, but um, all right. I said I talked about Mr. Gallon and his recommendation and many other people, so I'm gonna take the land. It fixes for white, it fixes for red, so if Elite Guard Mage happens to come back or something of that ilk, then we have that option. This fixes for blue and black as well. Ooh, I only have the alt border in this. Oh no. Not seeing a lot. Flooded return all non-land permanents to their owner's hand. If you return 4 or more non-token permanents, you may put a permanent from your hand. That seems pretty good, but what would I return? This Midnight Clock, Crackling Drake. I would have to return 4 though. I mean, it's like a bad upheaval, if people remember that card. Again, from my era of playing. Oops, well, I guess we took it. Oops, wasn't paying attention. Definitely got to do that. Gotta take a little bit quicker. Blast Zone. Yeah, we could have been Devotion. Breeding Pool, Growth Spiral. Alright. We're back over that. Okay. Graveyard of the Battlefield, that's pretty good. Merfolk Safekeeper. I didn't really see any other mill cards, so I don't think I'll be doing that. Creatures you control have flying. Oh, that's a classic card. And creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black and red. We're not really ramping that out. Not really seeing anything here. We did talk about being red. We could be Fires of Invention. And let's take that. That's the most powerful. Now I feel like we're all over the place, but just got to slow it down as much as we can here. Target. This spell costs 1 less. If you control a creature with flying, plain white celebration. Sorry, I'll try to speak up. I know I'm mumbling. We'll take Fabled Passage. Definitely I'm seeing Aristocrats, so second time around might be better than this time. Is this each player puts the top 4 cards in their library, return up to 2 instants. So it's kind of like a draw 2 in our deck. Castle Embreth. Yeah, let's try that. I didn't see any other cycling payoffs, so I wonder about that one. Could take that. Reconnaissance Mission. It cycles. Field of Ruin. Don't know if they're going to have too powerful of a land to blow up. Green and white. K2. I feel like we're all over the place again. Alright, well, Trickster came back. That one's okay. Could keep us alive. Again, let me know what you think. Slaying Fire deals 3 damage to any target. Deals 4 damage. Alright, we'll take Lava Coil. I think we're kind of off of black at this point. I don't know if Fires is going to make it. Light up the stage. Kiln Fiend could... Alright. Let's try that. Kiln Fiend is only instant or sorcery, though. Yeah, I think we're supposed to force more spells matter. X damage to any target. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah, so... Yeah, sorry. This is going a little bit long. A lot of dead air here, but first time drafting live on Arena as well. I haven't paid attention to the clock too closely, but it seems like it's going pretty quick. So I am familiar with some of these cards, but in trying to kind of think where we're at. Probably off of black at this point, but hopefully I get some respect in the comments about trying to take those lands. Alright, we definitely... Okay. Yeah, so we can cycle that. That'll be good for this, and we can return it. Discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. You're going to escape it. Not bad. Oh, another classic card, Zendikar, Dragonlord Outcast. That's a cool one. If you control 6 or more lands, could just be a win condition. I think we're off of this. It's probably Temple of Epiphany. So we can play our Crackling Drake. Players have no maximum hand size. I don't know how good that is, but let's hope something wheels. Rowdy Crew. Enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, and discard 2 cards at random. Yeah, probably not that one. We'll see. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so we found the right lane-ish. Oh, let's see where we're at. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did not even realize we had so low creatures. But again, sometimes you get to a plan you didn't expect by just being really bad at drafting. But no, I don't know if this is more powerful, but I think this is what we want. This could wheel, but yeah, I'm just going to take the safe pick there, which is kind of what we want. Although, you know what? Maybe we can't maximize this. I forgot the second ability, but that's okay. Can we splash for Krasis? The other Triome. Now we're pretty good. We should be pretty good on lands. There's not really any spells or anything we want here. Thassa's Oracle. Don't know if there's a combo in here. Again, sorry for those who aren't familiar. I'm kind of going over the cards pretty quick, but again, it does go pretty fast, so we can review as we play, some of the cards. And Fanatical Firebrand. Shivan Fire. Can we have too many payoffs for this? We may not even play. Although, I don't know. See where we go. See where we go. Yeah, let's take Terramander. Let's have some fun as well. We don't just want to force it to force it. Chart, of course, I think would be a good for a Spells Matter type deck. Ionize, counter target spell, deals 2 damage. Emery? Didn't see, wasn't paying attention. Ooh, this is fun. Too much to, like an Artifacts Matter deck, but something to keep in mind. Again, something I don't always do. The best is, paying attention, not laser focusing on what I'm drafting, so that I can see what's up next, or what I might want to draft next. Migrations Path cycles for free, sort of. Rimrock Knight, not really where we're at. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Alright, let's try the Weatherlight. Might not make the cut, but ooh, I like this card. Did we end up? We didn't end up with any white. We didn't get that guy back. It deals when it enters the battlefield. It does X damage. Okay. Cyclops. This one could just be or we could memory leak for the free cycling. We want spells in the graveyard, that's for sure. We want to discard. No. I kind of like this just as a control. Maybe that's wrong. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. I don't even know where we're at with that. Body double. Any creature card in the graveyard. No, I think we just want the decent removal. Card's good in a Korea draft. Evolving Wilds, more fixing. Yeah, I don't think we want Oracle. I mean, Oracle can just win when you just sit there and you're in a board stall, but I don't think Firebrand is making it. Rupture Spire or Field? I think Rupture Spire. I don't know if we want. We have a lot of lands. Like this one is actually worse than coming into play tapped. Most people are familiar with it. No, because you have to pay. So you're actually losing 2 lands, but we'll see. we are getting a little bit long here. Field of the Dead or Emery? I don't think we're playing it, but we'll take it. That's kind of fun too. I don't know if there'd be enough different lands to do that, but yeah, I mean, I like a lot of these cards. I like, um, that it's a lot more set since I've come back to Magic, so they sneak in a couple sweet old cards. But so we have a ton of cuts to make. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. So we'll be back in a few seconds. And yeah, so because we are getting a little bit longer than we want to. And then we'll jump in. Best of one should go pretty quick. So we'll see. Maybe we'll just do all the matches, or because you can't go back and replay on Arena, so I'm not going to be able to do that. So see y'all in a few seconds. All right, and we are back. You never left, hopefully. So it didn't seem like we were gone, but we did some building. And again, I think this is what I kind of set out to do. So I'm glad that it worked out this way. Um, yeah, I had some challenges building there. Took me a few minutes to get there, and part of it isn't just forcing myself to draft things I'm not necessarily comfortable with. It's also playing cards, that I haven't played before. So, um, I don't know if Dragon Master Outcast is the best in this. I don't know if I should just be playing Disdainful Stroke, pretty powerful 2 mana counter spell, but I have, several other counter spells in here. So, where's that's this intervention right there. Um, don't know if I should be playing 2 X spells or just the one with flashback. But really, I want to try this. I want to try this. I like this card. Probably not optimized here because, the second ability is so insanely powerful on this card. But we'll see. Again, I want to try some different things. So I did shave on the land, so hopefully we can get there. But yeah, I just want to try. It's a free draft. Let's have some fun while we're at it. Let's not be too serious. Again, we want to be improving, but we don't want to take it overly serious. Let's enjoy it. And maybe, just maybe, you guys will enjoy watching me struggle a little bit. So, at the very least, maybe you'll get that at least. All right, so we're playing Tameo here. All right, we got 3 lands. This card was definitely one where I was on the fence about. So we'll see. We're gonna keep. Opponent goes first. Again, it's best of one, so may have to mulligan aggressively, change how we play a little bit. Oh, they did mulligan, so that's a good start. All right, we're going to play our tapped land, and we're going to pass the turn. Again, hopefully, those sound effects, they seem a little bit loud in my headphones, but hopefully I turned it down through the input so that it's not too loud. Oh, geez, that's going to be a challenge for us. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, it's a sorcery too. Yeah, I don't think I like this then. Um, but it does put a cheap spell in the graveyard, slows them down. Maybe we just want to bounce this here to slow them down. Yeah, let's do that. In case we draw like Crackling Drake or something where we want it. As many spells as we can. Now the flashback again does play against that. Okay, they missed the land drop. But you can see that. I don't need to tell you that. Alright, so the counter spell part is now 4. We can Banefire this for 1. They did mulligan again. That puts another in our graveyard. We can get it back with this. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright. Not the best we've ever done. The best thing we've ever played, but for those who haven't played Arena, this is just because it has flashback, it's kind of putting it pseudo in my hand here. But yeah, it definitely doesn't. We could bring them both back here. And that'll put cards in my graveyard. So yeah, I think this card's going to be really good for particularly what we're doing. But I don't think we want these two spells. Or it does mill spells, so let's see how we can get there. We can kill it next turn with this. If he plays a spell with 3 or less, if he draws a land here, we can counter it. We'll take the 2 damage just to see if he plays anything else. Bink. He's missing land drops. Yeah, I'm not going to play anything here. Ooh, Charted Course, another good one. Alright, let's play the Cyclops. See what they can do. I don't know what kind of removal. That was a cool sound. I don't know what removal blue has, but yeah, but I will say, alright, so that's got Afterlife 2. It can make 2 spirit tokens. We can bounce it and attack with the flashback. I think we're going to do that. We're going to set him back another turn. We're going to get in for 4. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that was wrong. They're going to get... Oh, this exiles it, so he won't get the token. So just like we drew it up. Booyah. No Afterlife for you, buddy. But yeah, I do like the arena plays faster, so maybe I'm not getting as much in between time, so to speak. Let's draw 2 cards. Hit the land, and we can opt at the end of their turn. So yeah, I like where this is going. Hopefully off to a win here. I didn't look at the prize structure, so to speak, but you know, best of 1 does put me a little bit on edge. You know, it's just kind of not my favorite format. You don't really have much chance for error, which if you've watched any of my videos, you know it does happen. Okay, create 2 white. I think we want that. It's an instant. I never cast this. I had it in a few drafts in Ikoria, and usually you end up just cycling it. That's what everybody tells me. But what does it do? Whenever you cast, make a... I don't know. It actually might be good to play right now with what I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. What do we got that we want to return with that? We got quite a few good things. They're down pretty low. Yeah, we're probably just going to cycle this and make a... let's see what they... I'm sure they'll block, but... White weenie. Oh, they didn't block. Okay. Huh, maybe they have something to pump. I mean, I might have taken that trade there. But, you know, everybody plays differently. Nothing wrong with that. You know, I mentioned earlier... you know, if you're not... I'm just going to pass the turn. If you're not really feeling your hobby, you know, sometimes stepping away from it is okay. And you'll get no... Oh, there we go. He had the answer there. We're going to counter that. Yeah, similarly, I do put the chat on mute on MTGO and Arena. Oh, he's going to play a second one. Okay, nothing we can do about that. So I definitely don't fault anyone for that. Oh, I don't think I have anything to bounce that. Do I want to cycle this for 2? All right, here come the attackers. gonna cycle this for 2. Auto pay. Draw a card and get that. All right. Well, we're gonna get to see that. But yeah, I do put the chat on mute. It just isn't something I enjoy much during the games. Usually causes me more upset feelings. So people can take that as they will, but that's just kind of how I play. Can't get back the Shark Typhoon because it's instant or sorcery, but let's just play the Sprite. We've got some flying power now. We'll play the Outcast, and I don't think they're going to have much in white. But you know what? I could be wrong. They could have Shatter the Sky. They could have a whole bunch of. Okay, there you go. All right. We're going to blow up the Marshal here. Shrink their dudes. It's best of 1 again. They stumbled a little bit, so we're going to put Midnight Clock on the bottom, see what else we draw. Okay. Yep. I think that's it. We're going to go ahead and play this. Do that to that one. And I think that's going to be it. So we're going to get in for a whole bunch. And we're going to make our big dragon. So this was pretty good. Yeah, for only having like 7 or 8 creatures, I think this deck worked pretty well. Alright, let's just attack. And that should be it. I don't think there's... Well, they could have something that gains life, but... Okay, there you go. And I have 1, 2, 3... Do I have enough? Okay, on the bottom. Do I have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, I do. Okay. Bloop. Oh, oops. Oh, yeah. Any target, yeah. Auto pay, yeah. Okay, all right, we got there. We figured it out. Took me a second. For a second, I thought it was a planeswalker creature. And I was like, what? I just messed up. But yeah, we had a pretty wide board. Again, I don't know what the sweepers are. I didn't pay attention enough. Again, that's something I need to get better at. Especially if you want to do a couple drafts in a format. Paying attention to what's in it is pretty important. In this, you're not drafting against a pod. A group of players that are drafting the same cards. Again, for those who are unfamiliar with this format, with drafting in Cube in general. So, let's look at what we can get. We're already almost getting our money back. 3 cards, 3 cards. So you get lots of cards, no packs. All right, so to get decent gold, you got to get lots of wins in here. So we're already on our way. So that's exciting. Good way to start. I don't know, again, if we'll show all these. We may skip a chunk in the middle and just show the end. We may just show a few and wrap it up after we get a feel for where we're at. But yeah, let me know also if people want to comment what they think of the length of the videos, short, long, what you prefer. I'm sure an hour or more is too much. We already had about a 30-minute draft and 15 minutes in here, so we'll try to play a little faster. But yeah, this is working out so far. We got a turn 2 play. We go first, so we got the Scry with the Temple of Epiphany. Put that on the bottom. So we're ways away from that. You can also let me know what you think of the sound. I'm considering looking at some new headsets. I know this one gets a little bit of rattle and feedback, so. Alright, he's got blue. Does he have non-creature counter spell? We don't really have anything. Yeah, this we might end up switching out. Yeah, it looks like they have a counter spell of some sort. Yeah. Spell Pierce, good one. I think we passed that in our draft. Could have been pretty good. Alright, let's see if they got another counter spell. Looks like they do. Do. Oh no, they don't. Yeah, so again, this is probably not maximized. Again, you can read the card here. Really, you want that second ability when you discard one or more cards. Draw a card. It's insane with cycling cards. But we'll see if we draw Chart a Course or some of our cycling cards. Karn, pretty good. I don't think we saw Karn in our draft. Choose one. An opponent chooses one of them. Put that card into your hand. Okay. Banefire. Can we kill Karn if we do Banefire for 4? No. Target creature, not good. Gonna keep going up with the Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if this is right, but we're doing it. He's going to go up again here. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Karn is... Oh, he's got 3 colors. Karn's probably going to kick my ass here. If I had had some earlier spells, it might have been better. Maybe we can get him off the battlefield. You can have that. Elspeth's Nightmare. Alright. We don't have a lot of creatures, so... It's probably not as good as I had hoped. Flying when it enters the battlefield, tap target creature. Okay. Yeah, so Karn's going to live. Should we cycle this? I think we do. Alright, we're going to go here. He's tapped out. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot we had a cycling in. Okay. Well, I think we have 2 of these, so yeah, that might be good with this. So we're going to draw 2 here at the end of their turn, but their Karn continues to tick up. So yeah, again, you know, I keep repeating myself here, but hopefully people are enjoying the game portion here to see how it goes. I'm enjoying this blue-red spells type deck that we've drafted. And destroy target creature and opponent with 2 power or less. Alright, we're going to do this in response so we can get 2 cards. Wish we had a spell in there that we could basically negate the first half of this. And what's the second half? Target opponent reveals their hand. Okay. Okay, we're going to steal Woe Strider here. Non-creature, non-land. Okay. So... steal Woe Strider. Wait, cancel. Play this first. Because it taps 4 mana. Alright, we got there. We almost messed up. So yeah, so next turn they can't activate the second part, so that helps. But they have a million cards in hand. They have cards exiled to Karn, so Karn is just... Yeah, I don't even know if that Banefire was correct on it. I guess it was. He doesn't really have an alt, but I had to bring him down. So we can kill the goat next turn with this. We'll see what else we draw. And we're really behind here. We really just need this to tick up, which it can do. It can definitely eventually get us, what is it, Time Twister? Although I think it's just me, so Time Twister, I think it's both, so... I'm not always good with the old card analogies. I try my best, but... And I definitely do appreciate people's ability to rattle off old cards. Again, I played for a long time, but I took long periods off. Oh, he's going to play it. Just what we were saying last, you know, don't assume just because a lot of people tell you or your experience with a card is just to play it. Let's see if he tapped out this turn, but if he's making asinine sharks with it. Oh, and there's my own. So, all right. So this is good. Let's play this. Kill Mr. Goat. Meh. Meh. And then we're going to attack Karn down finally. After he's gotten all the value in the world with his own creature. Who needs creatures when you can steal your own? We're going to go ahead and put a counter on here. And we're going to end the turn. We're going to pass through their turn. I do like Arena. If anybody, is only played in paper or sticks to MTGO, that's one of the big draws of this cube on here. And it's been fun so far to draft with other people for the first time ever. So that's a first time experience as far as cube. I've done other live person drafts on Arena, but yeah, it's just a very smooth interface, really fun. Sound effects, colors, all that stuff. All right, let's see. They're probably going to play a spell and then play a blocker. We have this if they... All right, so that's going to be a big chunk. 1, 2, 3. We have 7 lands. So we can make a big shark of our own. All right, well, that's a big one. So here comes a 4/4 Sharky. So cool. That token is so cool. The Sharknado. Yeah, and that's part of how I enjoy Magic. They've had so many cool cards, so many flavorful cards come out lately. So many different versions, and even something like this where they just make the animation move. Ugh, I wish that could have been a 3/3. Eesh. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I do think I just have to kill it here. Otherwise, he's really going to run away with this game. And you can let me know. That may have been the wrong turn, but he's just way ahead. I mean, he has a million cards. I have to get to 12 for this. If he keeps playing spell, he can jumpstart this. Then he's got another shark. He can escape Wolf Strider now that he's blocked. Okay, he's just going to neutralize it and make another shark. So, yeah, again, an example of don't be biased about cards. Playing this card was very smart right there. We flew through the turns. I didn't even realize he had so much mana. Yeah, card's really good. What can I do? So, probably want to make a big 1, 2, 3. So I can make a 5/5 shark next turn. And I already forgot this goes up every upkeep. So going faster than I thought. Fuck, memory leak. And I just want to play it. Let's see what we draw. 1, 2, 3. Oops. No, play it. Cycle it. Oops. Yeah, I just talked about how smooth it is, and I don't even know how to... Oh, I could have got one more. No! See, I already messed up. Damn it. Ah, fart. Yeah, I don't think we're pulling this one out. He just got too far ahead. Now he's going to take that. Oh, man. This was really good. Yeah, and again, it could also still be good in ours. We'll see how these other games go here. Alright, we'll block here. Although they're at 14, maybe I shouldn't have. Alright, we'll see. There's still a chance. Let's not give up. Let's not concede. Again, it's best of one. It's the way it goes sometimes. Can't get too down on yourself. But do want to be critical, maybe. Maybe there's some things I could have done differently. This is cast when he casts, so really he's just going to keep making sharks. Is this worth a shark? I guess. I don't know. Again, I feel like I'm pretty far behind here, so But that's okay. It was a free draft. We can have some fun. We can do something different. Yeah, he's going to block. All right, and then we'll see. This has flexibility, so we'll put a counter on midnight clock. It'll be at 8. I mean, he's so far ahead at this point. Let's counter it anyway. Twice X, so he only has 1 mana up. And let's just do that just in case. Again, probably not the best play, but that's a good card. I wish we had seen that. Maybe we did and I missed it. Again, I was kind of open to more of a blue control, which we still are, but wasn't paying attention as much to the spells matter type cards until the middle of the draft. Sorry if my chair is squeaky. Yeah, so this is it. We're on a 2-turn clock. We'll do that. Doesn't look like we're going to get our midnight clock to go. Might not be right for this deck. And, maybe if we have the counter spell for that, this game comes out differently. But ooh, sheesh. Yeah, he built a really cool deck. He's got a better spells matter cards than we do. I don't know if I get the Woe Strider part, but I mean that's an okay card on its own. And that is it, folks. We will concede. We'll take a break here. Come back with the other with some other matches in a second. All right, hello and welcome back. Hopefully you can hear me. We've had some interesting things happen since we recorded this a couple days ago. So I wasn't able to get the league recorded live, so I did sneak in some games here and there. This may be going back to our first point, or our first themed episode. This might be more about Radicube acceptance, but sometimes you don't get to choose how you play the games. You just got to fit them in. Busy family life and all that. Had a plumbing issue. My son got excited playing a game and ran off to use the washroom and broke my headset. So sorry if the sound is radically different. But yeah, again, we cannot control all those things. Certainly in the future, I'll try to help him be mindful of where his foot is on the cord. He's ripped the USB in half. So, and again, you can't always control plumbing issues and family stuff. So, but I actually thought that'd be a funny way to wrap this up. We started off with this theme, and I think that we did that. We can go back to the deck, which I will tell you, we ended up 2 and 3. So we won the next game, and then we lost 2 in a row. So then we were out of contention from there once you get 3 losses. So I do think best of 1 played into it. I have to say that. Again, can't control that part of it. That's what Arena has chosen, but certainly if they offer me feedback, I think, best of 3 is how I prefer to play Magic, even in Cube. But yeah, I think the deck was fun. Rael ended up being way better. You can probably hear my kids stomping around up there. Rael ended up being really good. Would be something to build around or force some more cycling cards. Anytime I discarded, just felt insanely powerful. So I felt like the games where I was on the play were better too. Again, that's a best of 1 thing. So just some feedback. Dragon Master Outcast did pretty much get a concession because they couldn't deal with it one time. So that was pretty good. So again, I'd be interested to hear other people's opinions. I do appreciate everybody, who's been giving feedback and all that. It's been very helpful for me. And again, all the wonderful content creators I've mentioned, Derek Gallen and Cube Outside the Box and Cultic Cube and Cube for 2 and Team J Bro, Caleb Durward. I'm going to continue to watch them and get insight that I'm trying to, apply. So hopefully we'll be back to weekly. We'll see how things go. Headsets in the mail, so it should hopefully the sound will be a little better. And again, I appreciate everybody tuning in, and remember, I appreciate your feedback because, as the tagline of this show is, we get better together. And stay safe out there. Take care.